there, welcome to this video from Time, the leaders in test prep. If you are serious about your MBA entrance exam prep and if the English or the VARC section of your entrance exam daunts you, then this video is certainly for you. Before that, do not forget to like, follow and subscribe to our channel www.timecourses for more of such useful and informative YouTube content which you can make the most of. So further to my discussion in the previous video on tones, this session will help in the identification of tones and it will sharpen your identification of tones, which is the topic for today's discussion. Now, why is recognizing tones important? Recognizing tones is important because this understanding can impact the nuances of the argument and also the author's stance on the topic that the author has presented. So, for this, we need to first quickly take a look at what tones do and dive deeper into tones that shape meaning a little later. So, what is the tone of a passage? The tone of a passage reflects a writer's attitude towards the subject at hand. So, when we have various writers writing on different topics, there are certain emotions that they carry and these emotions are expressed using certain words and expressions which reflect the author's attitude towards the subject under consideration. And these words, when we analyze them, when we gauge them properly, help us get an insight into the author's feelings or attitude or emotions. Okay, that's what this sentence means. Then, some tones are direct and decisive and there are others that are nuanced and layered, and this is what today's session will help you understand. Okay, so we move further and we quickly again take a look at the different types of tones that I took up with you in the previous session. I told you that we have three different types of tones: positive, negative and neutral, and positive, negative and neutral tones are broadly the tones that we come across. Of course, there are so many others that can also be classified as informal, casual or formal, but as I said, broadly speaking, these are the three classifications that we have to keep our eyes open for. So, positive tones are those that are encouraging, humorous, advisory in a constructive way, and words that carry this kind of an emotion can be classified as being reflective of positivity. Then we have negative tones, and negative tones are the opposite of positive ones, and the words are critical, pessimistic or even dismissive with a negative undertone. Then we have neutral tones, and neutral ones are those that are balanced, they are unbiased, they are factual, which means they merely are concerned with the presentation of facts and they do not take any side. They are unbiased, they are therefore called objective, and they are uncertain without leaning towards any angle, neither towards positivity nor towards negativity. Okay, so with this in perspective, let's take a look at different tones that can be classified as positive, neutral or negative, and this table here will help you when you come across these words in context. It will help you understand what exactly they convey. So, we have skeptical, and I told you that skeptical is when the author has no clarity. So, this is considered from a tone perspective to be a neutral tone because it questions, okay, or it is doubtful, and it seeks strong evidence before believing something as being either correct or wrong. So, that is why it hangs in between and it's considered to be a neutral tone. We have ambivalent, and this adjective also conveys neutrality because it is reflective of mixed feelings or uncertainty, which is neither totally or absolutely positive nor totally inclined towards negativity. Then we have this very commonly used word from the noun wit. We have this adjective witty, and witty is considered to be always a positive tone because it reflects something which is clever, humorous and insightful in a very light-hearted way, and therefore it elicits laughter or amusement from a reader. Dispassionate is neutral, and neutral and unemotional is that tone which focuses on facts rather than conveying any opinion or true beliefs. Optimistic is another word for positive, so we don't have to rattle our brains too much for this, and this is something that conveys hope and is therefore hopeful, positive, and is something or conveys that kind of attitude which looks forward to some kind of positive or good outcome. Moving further, we have the next one which is disparaging. Disparaging is always negative because it is something that, or it expresses something which is dotted with criticism or has a low opinion of something or of someone. So, be it a person or a situation, when the author has a very low opinion of this or the author is full of criticism about this, then the author's tone is said to be disparaging and therefore it reflects negativity. Tongue-in-cheek. Tongue-in-cheek is positive because it's playfully ironic or sarcastic and is not meant to be taken seriously. So, while we say tongue-in-cheek to something which the author conveys in a very playful manner, it is not meant to insult somebody, belittle somebody or harm somebody, and because it is not intended for all these purposes, it cannot be considered negative. So, what is it? It's a playful, it's a positive tone. Bantering. Bantering is playful and anything that's playful is always positive. Light-hearted teasing or a playful exchange is called banter. Pessimistic, as the word itself conveys, is a negative tone and it expects the worst. It focuses on negative outcomes. It rejects anything that's optimistic or positive. Then we have an advisory tone, and an advisory tone is always considered to be positive for the simple reason that it is intended to ensure somebody does an action that results in that person's advantage or benefit. So, it offers guidance or suggestions in a helpful manner and it cannot be considered anything but positive. Okay. So, I hope this was clear. This was diving deeper into the finer aspects of what authors write, and as I said, these aspects are very important not just for a better interpretation of what you come across, but later on to answer questions in reading comprehension passages that are tone-based questions. Okay, so I'm sure this video has been of help. Once again, before I sign off, the request is do not forget to like, follow and subscribe to our channel www.timeforeducation. All the best. Thank you.